Well, today's the day we start pulling pistons out. I've just cleaned off around the bottom of the block there. Just about to start pulling things out, and Posty brought me these bits and pieces. So I'm just going to open those up. There's going to be timestamps in the videos from now on, so you can skip to the bits if you don't want to see me like wasting time opening packages. But for some reason on my other channel, my guitar channel, people love unboxing. So yeah, I know. So I'm going to open these up. See, I think that's the clutch kit. This is possibly the alignment tool. So if you want to watch this bit, stay with me. If not, just fast forward to the next bits. Okay, let's open these up. Okay, starting with what I think is the alignment tool. Ah, yeah, there we go. You can see that in the bag. I'll obviously be doing a full video on the reassembly, so I'll show you how this tool works once I find out myself. But yeah, that's cool. Only about £6.50, so it wasn't worth me turning a tool up on the lathe. Okay, the next one. This could be the big end shells actually. Oh yeah, happy days. Yep, if you can see on the box there, new big end shells, perfect timing. That's really fast post as well. Quite good old Fleave. I mean, sometimes it really works. Okay, now for this one, which I'm pretty certain is the clutch kit. Again, only ordered this a couple of days ago, so I try and order stuff if I can from UK companies, but some of the transit parts are getting a little harder to get, and they often come in from Poland and other places in the EU, so it can take up to sort of 3 or 4 weeks. So you've got to prepare, don't leave things too late. Oh yeah, clutch kit. God, just like bloody Christmas, isn't it, eh? Is it only us men who get excited about buying tools and buying engine parts? I don't know. I'm sure there's some women out there who enjoy this kind of stuff too. There's other women mechanics, so okay, let's have a look. I also tend to buy from companies that have a good returns policy, because sometimes, best will in the world, there's so many different variants of the transits. Sometimes the parts just don't fit, so at least if you can send them back, you get a refund. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I won't take it out of the packaging, I'll just leave it in there for now. But yeah, friction plate. Yeah, a lot more meat there on the pad, so that's good. There's our new thrust bearing. And like I said, I think I said in yesterday's vids, the oh, even give you some grease for the splines. Brilliant. The kit was about £70, so a little bit more than I thought it would be, but at the end of the day, some clutch kits for other vehicles are way more. And there we have the new pressure plate. Oh yeah, can't beat a nice new bit of machining, can you? Right, perfect. Right, enough of this nonsense. Let's get some pistons out. Okay, so first job is to take the oil strainer off, so hopefully that'll come off easily enough, and then we can get access to everything. Now I'm hoping I can push the pistons out through the top of the block. If I can't, then I'll have to remove the whole crank, which isn't, it's not that bad. I'm changing the timing belt anyway, so it's got to come off at some point. I've got some storage boxes. I'll take things out. Like I say, I save old containers, put all the screws, and I label them up. And these things, all these parts that come off, I'm cleaning and then putting them into storage boxes to keep them safe and out of the way. Right, now we're going to have to rotate the engine up. Start on piston 1. Just bring him up so we can get to him. think that's a 19. Yeah, I don't think it's 16. Anyway, I'm not sure how well these are torqued up, so I might need to go and get a much bigger bar onto this. Going slowly. Once these start to come up, I'm going to mark them so they go back in the correct orientation. I'm replacing the shells anyway, so I'm not worried about those, but apparently it is important to mark the orientation of them. These little lights, going off topic, fantastic. They're magnetic base. You can light the top, bottom, light on the end. Wife got me a couple of them, and the batteries last for ages, and then they're just USB chargeable. So fantastic thing, especially when you're working underneath the van. I'm hoping I haven't got the mic up too high on the camera there. That looks like there's a little something else in there as well. No, I think that's just the oil waste. Okay, just worth seeing how the I see. Yeah, I think they are actually bolts, so I might have to tap those out. So bear with me while I find the method correctly, and then we'll crack on. Things back in the right place. This is a little bit of overkill. I just want to see if there's a... There we go. That's it. That's dropping free. There we go. That's the piston now sliding down the barrel. I'm not sure it wants to come out. And that's the shell. I've got to mark that to get the right orientation, so I'm going to put that down in a second. Oh, I've got a cloth here. So I've got sorry about that, make a bit of this. Let's just check these. Now, and that came off that way, so okay, they're looking okay. I'm going to replace them anyway. Going this far into the engine, they're only about, I think, just under £30 for a whole set, so not worth mucking about with. Right, let's see if we can get this piston out. You can apparently do this from under the vehicle. Oh god, I wouldn't want to do that. Ah, there we go. Happy bloody days. And be obvious which way round that went. One piston. Now let's have a quick look, because like I say, there's definitely been blow by. Now it might be on more than one cylinder because it's a pig to start. Now the rings aren't broken and they don't seem to be gummed in, because that's another problem you can get. This one looks, I think this is all a retainer ring, but obviously there's an issue with them. There is blow by, so there we are. Let's yeah, that's perfect. There's no wear on there at all. So off to a good start. We'll carry on and get the rest out. Okay, as you can see, all the pistons are out over on the bench there, and we'll have a close look at those in a second. Now, I've just been looking in the bores, and in all honesty, they seem pretty good still. I've seen worse, that's for sure. So I don't think we've got any major issues here. Coming back over to the pistons, Now these are a different story really. I don't know if that's too bright. The camera probably doesn't have enough resolution really, but you can see there's a lot of carbon build up on every single piston down to the oil retainer ring, and there's a little bit of heat in carbon you can see gone past, so it's definitely been getting blow by, and it's not unusual to get this kind of discolouring on the pistons anyway, but in places on these oil retaining rings they're really dirty, like there's carbon within them. So I think they've been sticking a little. Now I did put flushing fluid through the engine when I first got it because of the sign of the smoke and all the rest of it, and I was hoping, and that did improve things, but obviously the only proper way to fix these things is to actually just replace the parts. There's no quick fix by throwing fluids in. I tried some of that engine repair fluid, everything was worth a try, and even that improved it. It's the stuff you add to your oil. In over thousands of miles it's supposed to gradually fill all the scoring in. Yeah, there's mixed thoughts on it, though it did improve the starting. I mean, in the summer this van starts fine, it's just in the depths of winter it's an absolute pig, and even on a cold day it's a pig. So there we are. So next thing to do really is get the rings off and really clean these back up, and then we'll fit the new piston rings on. So that'll probably be, that might be the next video, it might be later on in this one, I don't know. I don't always fill these things in any particular order, so bear with me. Okay, let's crack on.